Welcome to a Fallout 76 episode. Today I'm going to review the Wastelanders DLC trailer that was released a few months ago, and also the press conference from QuakeCon. Both of them had a ton of information on Wastelanders, and we're about a month away for that DLC to drop. So let's have another look at the trailer and the press conference, and then I'll go into it in more detail. So here we go with the official trailer.
And of course, when we talk about big changes coming to adventure mode, we can't forget about Wastelanders, which was announced at E3 this year. Another
Big.
So if you haven't seen it, or if you just want to watch it again because it's fun, let's take a watch at the teaser trailer we revealed at E3 this year.
It's been some time since Vault 76 opened its door. And we all discovered that Appalachia isn't quite what it used to be. We encountered a lot of things. Overcame a lot of things. I don't think any of us expected for people to actually come back.
Are you from that vault? Can you help us? We've traveled pretty far. Heard there's hope here in Appalachia. Folk rebuilding, fighting back. We'll fight too, right by your side. We've been everywhere and seen everything. And the one thing we've learned is this. You gotta claim the wasteland before it claims you. The question is, are you with us or them?
I love watching people get excited about dialogue trees.
I'm excited
do,
about
yeah.
dialogue
So
trees.
excited.
I know a lot of players are as excited about Wastelanders as I am, and as Anne is, and as the whole team is. Jeff, what can you tell us about this new, completely free update?
It's got NPCs. No,
That's it.
Listen, I'm actually getting PTSD from being at the Shrine Theater and having to go on stage and talk about this.
You got to start it. That's right.
Yes, that's right, that's right. So anyways, Wastelanders is, again, year one was the Vault 76 players coming out, establishing economies, which you've successfully done, sometimes to our chagrin. You've done, but basically reestablishing human presence in the wasteland. And now, I guess, despite the fact that nukes fly there every day, people want to come back. So we're getting, obviously Settlers and Raiders faction are coming back into the Wild Appalachia. There's going to be new settlements. They're going to fully infest the map. I just need to be clear. Like we're going to put new random encounters, points of interest. There's actually sub-factions, not just those two that will be involved here. There will obviously be dialogue with all those, a whole new quest line. We want to make sure this content's also sustainable. You just can't just do a main quest and be done with it. So you're going to be seeing this presence in the game going forward.
Now, this is content we're going to lean on, we think, for as long as the game is around, right? I think the number one requested feature after launch was, where are the NPCs? We want to see humans. So they're here. It took a while to write all that story. I can, having played some of the early play tests, it does dramatically change just the feel of the game. From the moment you walk out of the vault and you're interacting with NPCs to going to a tavern where there's an NPC bartender, I think it changes it a lot for me. I do think we will be leaning into this, going forward with more story, even as people complete this.
That kind of leads us into the next question. I mean, this is such a huge change to the game. How do you predict that the overall player experience is going to evolve with Wastelanders?
I think a lot of it's going to be feel. I think the world is going to feel more alive. It's going to be more variety of encounters. It's going to be a more varied world. Not just with the story, with people finding the raiders, finding the settlers, but also all the random encounters, the hostile raiders that you run into, some of the minor factions that we're not going to talk about yet. Things like that are going to dramatically change the game. Yeah, I got the
No, I'll talk about one. I'll go on the line. One of the minor factions is going to be a cultist of the Mothman. Yeah. So while there are minor factions...
It's going to be Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be done. And remember that the raiders aren't just like, crazy cannibals. There's those kind of raiders, but the raiders in the settlement are more, they use extreme measures to protect themselves, right? The settlers, we try to dance within shades of gray, not just black and white. So the settlers have their own motivations as well. Some might be nefarious. You'll uncover those throughout the quest. And remember, as I'm sure as you folks all play games and I do, like there's a story I'm telling myself and the story the game's telling me. So this is the element of the game that we wanted to add back in, the story the game's telling you. And that's there with the Overseer quest line and other things within the game. But this is really like you interacting with these NPCs, their motivations, their hopes, their fears, and influencing them, right, through dialogue and your actions. So within the dialogue trees, you will be able to go through them and using your specials, you'll be able to influence how those dialogues play out. But depending on your actions, we are putting a reputation system in, so you'll be able to align yourselves with one faction or the other, or play the middleman and play both, maybe double cross against each other. You'll be able, in fairness, you're not going to ever be locked into one or the other. You will be able to, you won't be making permanent decisions. So we're just super excited. The more and more about Wastelanders we hear, we were starting to see all the little POIs and the tiny little stories that come from these. So you can come across two raiders trying to kill a Brahmin. Do you decide to help those raiders? Do you decide to save the Brahmin? Do you decide to help the raiders, save the Brahmin, then kill them all? It's all up to you. Have fun.
We already talked about how excited we are for the dialogue trees, but I think a lot of people are really curious with a game like this. How do the dialogue trees work compared to past titles? And also, how will they work with Fallout 76's perk card system?
So I think as Jeff mentioned, the attributes you put in your specials will give you more choices or different choices on the dialogue trees. So a character with more perception might have some different options versus another character who's more spec for charisma or for strength even. So that's how we expect it to play. So it should be different depending upon how the special points are allocated across your character. And I can't remember your other question, so.
Well, remember. Whoa, hey. Sorry, Europe. Sorry, stream. No, so remember, like, it's also based on your actions. So you'll have dialogue choices available to you whether or not your reputation within that faction is good or bad or neutral. So the combination of those, and also remember, this isn't the Fallout 4 dialogue system. This is more like Fallout 3, where you have a list of stuff.
All right.
I agree. So where you have a list of things, and you'll be able to, you're not just limited to those sort of generic options, nor do the designers have to force the dialogue options for things that made no sense. So, we're, like I said, and the combination of the reputation system, the new dialogue trees, I mean, this is going to be a full-fledged RPG. We're super excited. And again, this is just the beginning of that. These are the tools we're building to create all future content as well.
And with the introduction of NPCs and the factions and settlements, will we also see the return of companions?
Yes. So, well, can we talk about it? So, one of our
Where is that coming from?
Oh, what's happening?
There will be companions. We're still iterating exactly on the mechanics of how they're going to work, but there will be companions that you can bring back to your camp, and then they will take you on various quests, and you can do things with them that are very specialized.
The key point, they're definitely companions. The key point is that mainly they're going to stay in your camps. They're going to be in your camp. On very specific quests, they will definitely accompany you to help you or hinder you or surprise you with certain things on your way. But remember that you can definitely romance these companions and go up and down favor with them depending on, again, your actions within the game and where they're aligned.
I know Tumblr was very curious about the romance possibilities, so that's good.
Eyebrow wiggle.
That's Tom's most requested feature.
Oh, yeah. I like romancing things. In video games.
Can we talk about anything else that's going to be coming with the Wastelanders update, including some of the new weapons that we saw in the concept art that we shared, or some of the new enemies, like that creepy guy from the trailer or anything, or new locations like Crater, which we saw in the teaser?
I'm excited about can I even say what the guys walking on the power armor are?
It's you.
It's me. I can't move. I'm going to sit like this.
Yeah, just sit the whole time, yep.
Here's actually some more concept art of weapons that we're doing. We're doing a whole new Gauss tree, like of weapons, spread of weapons. Yep. Yeah. That guy is the Wendigo Colossus, so he does have a name. And he's
huge.
The creepiest thing I think we put in the game. We put some creepy shit in that game. More plasma weapons. These are floaters. They're from, if anyone remembers, the original games. They're from the original Fallouts. Yeah. More, sorry, I guess it's sort of weird. We're supposed to be talking over this, not reading from script. But this is, again, more Gauss weapons, more miniguns, the Colossus again. We're also putting, obviously you saw in the trailer, archery and bows. And while that might seem a step back from submachine guns and nukes you can shoot, we're going to put new perks behind that. And so you're going to be able to use that if you're a more stealthy character or a hunter. We're also going to allow you to maybe strap dynamite to arrows and shoot them, which I love because I grew up with Dukes of Hazzard. So yeah.
Go full Hawkeye. And I'm sure a lot of people are interested to know, do you have like a time frame or a window that we can share about when we can expect to play Wastelanders?
Come by the office. Oh, I'm just kidding.
People take this stuff very
I know.
We are shooting, like I said, for fall, we are targeting November. Okay.
Can I just say how envious I am of all of you guys that you're going to be able to experience this thing as a completed product, fresh, this fall? Because that's like one of the few negatives of being a developer of BGS is like you see it as it's being created, and you don't see like the final picture. And I think as a fan, being able to just experience it as a like, this is it. That's awesome, and I wish I could do it.
And that's all the information we have so far. When you go back to the trailer and the image you see after the exterior of Vault 76, it's the Mount Blair mine. So I have a feeling that this is going to play a major role in Wastelanders. I have a feeling that there's something underground there that is either gold or some other mineral that we haven't seen yet. In the next image, we'll see the new bow weapon that we're going to receive right there. And also, we're deep down in a crater or mine of some kind. Now, in the press conference, they referred the crashed space station area as the crater. So I think they're going to be renaming that. And you can see that in that brief flash of light there that they have dug down deep. Now, this seems a little odd to me, panning for gold. But when you think of it in terms of a treasure hunt, then they're either looking for gold or some other kind of new mineral that we haven't seen yet. And here's the image I'm referring to in terms of a treasure hunt. We have a vault opening on the right side of the image and gold or another type of mineral spilling out, and our vault dweller helping either a settler, raider, or cultist, depending on which faction you're going to align to complete this quest. And that image on the right side is Vault 79. And this is the image you saw at the end of the trailer. In the bottom right corner is Vault 79. So this is going to be a race for treasure in Vault 79. And as you can see, some of the rewards are the Gauss pistol, another Gauss rifle. They talked about the entire new Gauss weapons tree. So those, and as you can see on the left, a new power armor with a little light of some kind on the shoulder. And on the left, the weapon I'm most looking forward to, and that is the Plasma Caster. And it looks like another new set of power armor there on the far left. And that pretty much shows you everything in the official art that's been released for Wastelanders. Next up, we're teased with a new set of power armor, and this is definitely an underground location. It looks like a fissure site, so this may be where the new mineral or gold is housed. This could be inside the Vault 79. Vault 79 may be on a fissure site. And here's the reversed view of the location that they showed in the trailer, and to me it does look like some kind of a fissure site, so I'm thinking that this could be inside Vault 79 or maybe under Mount Blair. We just have to wait and find out. So I'm going to take a trip back out to the crashed space station, now known as the crater. There could have been something that crashed there with the space station or inside the space station that's deep underground, and that's very valuable. It may be a new type of mineral that we haven't seen yet that's going to power all of these weapons. So it may or may not be gold, it may be pieces of a meteorite or something that was, like I said, on board the crashed space station. So there you have it. All the news we have so far for Wastelanders. Thanks for watching, and see you out in the world.